Our fellow Pinkos and comrades, welcome to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kieffer, and today I'm joined by a man who very artistically redesigned our logo, and it is beautiful, and it is much better than the Mickey Mouse shit that I made.
Well, you know, that one was on the house.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was,
you know, there's other, I guess you could say, podcasts or radio shows that are actually mentioning us lately.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was looking at our logo and I was like, you know, people are going to look at this and, you know, there's nothing against you. We're still a Small Potatoes podcast. We don't make any money off of this. We're just here to fucking vent our frustrations and feelings. But I did look at that logo and I was like, well, you know,
to be fair,
I got to class it up a little.
Absolutely. And to be fair, I know jack and shit about Photoshop.
And that's fine.
The fact that I was able to put that together initially was like, I'm impressed with this.
It's perfectly fine. I probably saw some things wrong with that you didn't. I could tell that it wasn't a smart object. I could tell that, you know, things were just a little wrong with it. But again, it was like, well, you know, no one listens to us anyway at the time. And it's like, you know, hey, whatever, you know.
That's fair.
But, you know, when we have people out there that are saying stuff like, oh, you know, what's this podcast you went on called Malt Liquor Socialists? Then I'm like, well, I gotta do something, you know. Anyway,
gotta class it up.
So,
yeah.
What's on the menu today?
Well, I have a fresh hell for you, good sir. And by fresh hell, I mean this is something we originally tried to go over, and then we scrapped it because we scrapped it for reasons. But we're going to go back and revisit some of this. And when we first did this, we didn't do the whole thing.
Right. We're
going to try to do the whole thing today.
Oh God.
So we are going to review an interview from Mike on Mike.
Okay.
Mike on Mike did an interview with Commissioner Foreskin. Sorry, former Commissioner Foreskin. Former Commissioner Foreskin running to try to reclaim his position.
Okay.
This is going to be the video itself that we're watching is an hour and 13 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yikes.
So this is going to be a long one.
Okay.
And this is a bonus episode this week because we've got other stuff planned and we don't want to release these like, hey, it's like the day before the ballots are due. Let's turn this one in.
Yeah.
I'd like to, you know, tear this apart a little bit beforehand.
Okay.
So, Mr. Morgan, sir, are we ready to get into the shit?
I'll never be ready for this, but it is kind of good to peel these people back like an onion.
It is.
Know?
So joining me today is John West.
Oh,
and
goody.
John West, you may recall, was recently recalled from position one at the end of 24.
God, he does not look happy.
December of 24.
How's it feel?
Yeah.
How's it feel, West? How's it feel to say have someone sitting there saying, "Hey, you've been recalled"?
Josephine County Commissioner, position one. So after something like that, a lot of people might be like second guessing, you know, coming back for more punishment.
I mean, he should.
Well, you know, I asked myself that question.
Did you?
I always look at Josephine County. I look at the citizens of Josephine County, all the people that lives here. And
all the people that lives here.
I know that.
So Foreskin here, he's not trying to make a point. He's not trying to make a point in front of the commissioners. He's not trying to sound smart. So I believe we have this running theory that we've touched on a couple of times.
Yes.
He is going to try to dumb down his language a bit.
For the common man.
For the common...
The people of the earth.
Yes, you know, the common man.
Yeah.
The salt of the earth.
Yeah.
You know, morons.
It's hard to reach everyone, to tell everybody what went wrong. But the focus of it is there was 6 main reasons in the recall for getting recalled.
You went to court and proved 5 of them were either factually correct or matters of opinion that you can't sue for, you lawsuit happy cuck.
Yep.
So, womp womp.
And none of them have been proven.
Well, fuck me.
Again, literally
Yeah,
went
they
to
have.
court.
Yeah.
And paid his lawyer so that he could prove at least some of these were factually correct.
5 of them.
Well, 5 of them were either factually correct,
Yeah.
or were opinion that he couldn't sue
yeah.
over. So, which means at least a couple of them were factually correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Proven. The finance director said just the opposite of costing the county money. If you go through each one of them specifically, right down to the wire, there was a reason for the way I voted, the reason that I did. It boils down to people didn't like my policies. They didn't like smaller government.
So I think not liking his policies is, another reason that people might recall you. Because if your policies are shit, people might not like them.
Right.
And smaller government. Hooray. He's one of these jackasses.
Good. Yay.
More efficient government. They didn't like government that worked for the people because
fuck
it
off.
stepped on some people's toes.
Fuck you.
So it wasn't working for more people. And this is something that Foreskin here has routinely done. And I assume he's going to routinely continue to do.
Yes.
He equates efficient government with effective government. And those aren't the same thing.
No.
He's talking about we need to make government smaller and more efficient. It's like, well, government's not supposed to be efficient. It's not a fucking business.
No, it's not.
The purpose of government is to provide a service.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's efficient. Sometimes it's not.
Right.
If government isn't efficient, but it's still providing a service, great. Like the post office, for example. I love the post office. The post office is a service. It is one of the few services that is in our fucking Constitution. Like it is a constitutional thing in there. It's like, we will have a post office.
Yeah.
And the post office, it's not the most efficient thing in the whole wide world. I mean, I can send mail in and it takes a while.
Sure.
And it doesn't, it really doesn't help that we've had, conservative shitheels who have minimized it and shrank it. It being smaller doesn't make it more efficient.
Right. Weird.
But the post office is, what's the term? Effective.
Yeah.
You pay your money for the stamp. You put the stamp on the mail, and your mail will get to where it goes.
Yep.
So, he's trying to do this whole, we need to run it like a business. It needs to be efficient. No, it doesn't. It's not how it works.
Now, on the surface level, that seems like what? How does anybody not like, more efficient, less expensive government? Explain how somebody has that viewpoint.
So that's a softball setup.
Yes.
He did the interview with Matt.
Yeah.
I listened to that interview with Matt.
Yeah.
I believe you did too.
I did too.
And I'm just going to point out, it was a good interview.
Yeah.
Mike definitely seemed uncomfortable.
A little
for the first half.
For the first half.
Yeah, not uncomfortable like, oh my God, I'm next to this tree, but uncomfortable like he didn't really know how to handle Matt up until until he kind of got in his straight. It's like, oh, he's a regular human, just like me.
Right.
And then he started treating him like a normal person. But something here that he doesn't really have this with Wes, this little rough start. I could be mistaken, Mike, and if I am, please correct me of this, because it seems like you are setting up a softball question for this guy in a way that it doesn't really reflect reality. This is to hey, I'm not saying I'm supporting this guy, but I'm going to tee off this softball that shows I'm supporting him. And that's not good interviewing.
Well,
so if you follow some of the recall folks, they had their own personal vendettas. So some had contracts that they were wanting to obtain with the county that was not in the people's best interest. They claimed they weren't. Other people
Claimed
had
they were.
access to grind with me from future issues that when they were in politics, that I had went after them on factual stuff.
Like specifics?
Just was a
Specifics?
realm of
Anything?
things.
Nope.
And I understand, the citizen says, wow, this is a lot to digest. Well, that's why they did it.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing to me is that in the case of you not wanting a particular policy, you were one of 3 people there. So, but you were singled out. And so I don't understand how that happens. Were
But
you
we do.
We do.
Yeah. The only one who voted on something that got denied. There had to have been at least a second person, maybe a third, involved in, denying people a contract that they were in pursuit of, or, in the case of pipe fork, things there.
So, yeah. So,
John, you're more eloquent than I. Please, I hate we have to do this.
okay.
Please explain to the listener why he was the one singled out.
One second.
Yes, clear your throat. Go.
So, it turns out that when West was voting for these, he was indeed voting for these with 2 other commissioners. One was Herman Bear Trigger, and the other, I believe, was DeYoung. DeYoung had resigned due to a, I believe, sexual harassment lawsuit or a sexual harassment claim. That was the one where it's like, okay, look, he was an older guy.
Yes.
He basically did something where I have no idea if he really was trying to be harassing or whatnot. Sure. It could have been one of those things, okay, I'm trying to mean well, I'm not trying to be harassing, but old habits. And it's like, okay, well, dude, update yourself with HR.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so DeYoung, at the time this recall was happening, wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to get recalled. Bear Trigger wasn't running for re-election, and he was going to get ousted.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of this, Bear Trigger's not going to be there anymore. So why the fuck would you recall somebody
who wasn't going to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like by the time this recall's done with, oh, he's not running, so we just recalled the guy, and by the time it's, oh, look, he's out of, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but West was running again.
well, no, West wasn't even running again. He wasn't up for re-election.
Oh, that's right.
West had like another good year or 2.
Yes.
Being a total curmudgeon fucktard in the office. So the reason why West was recalled was because he was still going to be there.
He was going to be there. Yep. Yeah. Good God.
That do you think West addresses that?
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
So there's 3 commissioners.
Yep.
It always takes 2 votes to pass anything.
Yep.
Right.
I cannot
One wasn't
do
there.
anything on my own. So you take let's go with pipe fork.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
I always sat there. I listened to everyone. I asked questions. And when it come down to it, the pipe fork folks changed their mind on what they said from the beginning.
I mean, 1, people can do that.
Yeah.
2, that was not necessarily them going, okay, look, screw that. We want to change this now for all willy-nilly. That is a negotiation tactic. If you're not getting what you want, you might come up with a compromise to get something that's closer to what you want. So, it's not a matter of they just decide, you know what? We don't want this place logged ever. That's a total deal breaker. It can never, ever, ever. Hey, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
You can never log it.
Oh, no.
The heat death of the sun will occur and this place cannot be logged. Like you can go from that to, okay, look, we realize that without outside help where they might want to log it a little bit later, we're not going to be able to get this taken care of so that it won't be logged at large or, might not be preserved. So we're going to work with an organization that in the meantime, the immediate moment, they will not log it. And later, they might log it, or they might come back to the negotiating table and say, hey, we want to log this. Let's talk about what might be appropriate to log. So they did this thing, the C word that they don't like, compromise.
Yeah.
They offered a potential compromise with somebody who they could get to come to the table and help provide funding to purchase that land.
They said, we don't want it logged. We want it left open to the people to enjoy.
Yep.
Okay.
And at the last minute, they come in and they bring the BLM in, and the BLM says, well, we can't guarantee you that we'll always leave it open, and we can't guarantee you that we won't log it someday.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
And we said, well, that's against what you folks want.
No. So what Foreskin here, and I also believe Bear Trigger did, was they decided, okay, well, we set this certain amount that you have to meet in order to purchase this. And with the BLM, you can do that.
Right.
Now, whether or not, like, again, the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, they manage land, which means they manage forestry shit, including logging.
Sure.
And if I recall correctly, Foreskin here in Bear Trigger did this thing where they said, hey, now that shit's negotiated out, we're going to add an extra fee onto this.
Yeah.
An extra fee that has no reason for being here.
Right.
It's just an extra fee, and it's an expensive extra fee. And if you can't meet that, we're not going to play ball. To which the BLM said, what the fuck is this? What is this Mickey Mouse bullshit?
I mean... Yeah, I think this is one of the first things that we ever discussed when we started this podcast, if I remember correctly, was this exact subject, the whole pipe fork thing, and them doing that extra thing, and us going, what the fuck is that? But then, with all the fucking recalls and everything else that fucking started snowballing, this kind of became just background radiation.
Yeah, no, it's just like, look, this is stuff that on its own should be a scandal.
Yeah,
but it's not on its own.
It's not.
This is the little redhead stepchild of scandals amongst a whole fucking mafia family of scandals. This is insane that we have to point this out, and this is not the most like, oh my stars and goddess, I am feeling faint. This is not the worst kind of thing that's happened. So,
and they said, we don't care anymore. We just don't want the county to own it.
Literally not what they said.
Not what they said.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, whatever.
We vote to change hands of county forestry property for $2.3 million.
Right, which was a discounted price.
It was at that time. It was at least $500,000 discount, which is taxpayer money.
Right, and I understand. I was having a conversation with Simon Harrer about this, and I'm not sure if it happened on the program.
Another Rogues Gallery guy, who we haven't touched on.
Recently did with him a few weeks ago.
So he also did an interview, not just Simon Hare, and I haven't watched that.
Okay.
He did one with Chad Hansen. He did one with Indra Nichols.
Oh God.
So and that one, like, I have to give Mike at least some credit on this. I don't think he's had anybody else on for interviews with position one for commissioner. He hasn't had Colleen Martin in.
Okay.
He hasn't had Tracy Thompson in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And there are other people. These are West and those two are like the main three.
Yeah.
And West is the one we do not want in at all.
Yeah.
But with position two, he's already interviewed 3 people.
Yeah.
We've had Matt, Indra, and Chad. So I have to give him credit. He's not sitting here going, okay, well, I'm only going to interview the people that I want to have in, which granted on one hand, that's kind of what we've been doing.
Right. Yeah.
But also we're not retirees who get to do this for shiggles and gits. This is our way to vent on the weekends. So we can't sit here and go, I want to get Matt.
Yeah.
But then I also get Indra, and I want to get Chad, and I want to get Colleen, I want to get Tracy, and fuck Foreskin. I'm not going to interview that jackass.
No.
But we don't have the time to interview all these people.
Well, I also think that we came out pretty hard there, and we still do. It's like, hey, this is who we are.
Yeah.
We are malt liquor socialists. We have a political lean. And if you can't figure that out, you
got some issues.
You got some issues there.
Yeah. But so I do have to give Mike credit on that, though. He's not just interviewing one person for the position, at least for county position number 2. I do think it would be interesting. I don't think it's necessarily likely, but if he does, awesome.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see him interview Colleen and or Tracy.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
But let's continue.
Okay.
But we were discussing, and I think this was off air. that had to do with Pipe Fork, and that it wasn't that the county didn't have any right to offer that at a lower price.
Well, according to the forestry policy, which is in our statute of code, county code, we have to sell, if we sell timberlands or we sell logs, we have to sell them for the best market value.
Right.
So we technically don't have right to give you, the taxpayers, property away at a discounted price just because somebody's a 501(c), a nonprofit. If that's the case, then
it's land that's not being logged anyways.
Yeah.
So if it's not being logged, its market value is exactly
what
dick.
the taxpayers think about that.
Yeah. So now you obviously think that there are issues with the recall. Did you want to, go over them point by point, or?
Well, yeah, to go over point by point, we're going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Sure are.
So
I think that's a fancy way of him saying, I don't know the points well enough to talk about them.
So-called news media sites, they keep harking about how I was against law enforcement. We had a budget committee made up of 3 citizens, 3 county commissioners.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
One commissioner made a motion to cut. The sheriff at one time had asked for funding for 10 deputies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
good.
So the motion on the floor was to fund 5 deputies instead of 10, and to cut public health by $165,000.
Instead.
Yeah, and this was adding those many deputies. It wasn't subtracting them. In other words, they ultimately got more money than what they had gotten the previous year.
Yeah, so basically they were low on manpower because, the sheriff's department for a while has been low on manpower because it used to be tied, the taxes for it used to be tied to logging. And the logging industry went belly up because the logging industry had these issues where they agreed to like replants, not clear cut, those fun things.
Yeah.
And then they, what's the term? Didn't do that.
Right.
So logging industries got fined in accordance to the regulations they had agreed upon. Mm-hmm. And then after that, the sheriff's department kind of hit a snag where we had, was it Gil Gilbertson? Was that the jackass?
That was a long, it's been a long
It has.
time.
I think it was Gil Gilbertson. I remember there was some alliteration there.
There might be someone even before him, but yeah.
Well, I remember Gil Gilbertson was the one who apparently he went on the campaign saying he had worked for with intelligence.
Oh, yes.
Before, and this is like when the sheriff's department was really having a hard time, and he basically said, look, we don't need to raise taxes.
Right.
We can just give volunteers guns. Like a fucking genius.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so then he got elected because, a lot of people in this area don't like taxes.
That's right.
And that the idea of, not having more taxes and getting sheriff gave a lot of people the proverbial political woody. And then he actually took a look at the budget and said, Oops, I did it again. I've fallen. No. Oops, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And he basically went to taxpayers and said, hey, guys, we need taxes.
Yeah.
We need taxes. There's not going to be a sheriff's department.
Yeah.
And the taxpayers told him, fuck you.
Yeah.
You told us no taxes. And the taxpayers voted, or voters voted taxes down.
Yep.
And ever since then, the sheriff's department has been kind of like, they've been getting better, but they've been, struggling to get back up to capacity with a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And so when they're talking about, so this is for new sheriffs, like they already had funding and had sheriffs, like, this is to try to get them back up to a good functioning capacity.
Yeah.
Because we have the sheriff and they technically function, but not well. This is like saying, hey, look, you've diabetes.
Yeah.
You have enough insulin to live. Not enough to live well, but enough to live. We have enough sheriffs that, sheriffs and deputies, that it's like, it technically functions. Although if you're out in Cave Junction, no, it does not really.
No.
So it doesn't really.
Yeah.
And the fact that's like they're asking for 10 more because 10 is kind of I'm assuming 10 is their conservative estimate of like, hey, in order to be effective, we need at least this many.
Yeah.
And that's what we're asking for.
Right.
And they're saying, I'll give you 5.
Yeah. No, the sheriff's department used to be, like you said, it's gotten better, but it used to be like, I don't remember the number, but it was really low. There was a low amount of deputies.
Oh, there were days where it's like, especially during Gil's time, where it's like, okay, look, the sheriff's department, we're only open for a couple hours a day on like Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Or if there was like a problem when they were on duty, it was like, well, I'm in fucking Merlin right now, and you're telling me I have to get down to like Tacoma?
Not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen anytime soon. Like, yeah.
It's a little bit nuts.
It was bad.
It was so just as a fun little reminder to people. And this is before it got really bad. This was a precursor or a foreshadowing of how bad it was going to be. Gil realized how fucked he was. He begged the county commissioners back then to scrape and scrimp some money. And this is where the library got involved and turned into its own fun little train wreck back then. The county commissioners back then took the funding for the county library, enough to keep it open for 1 whole year, and funneled it over to the sheriff's office, which was enough to keep it open for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was such a success, such a rousing success, that Gil made a big banner sign and hung it on the sign of the goddamn jail.
Good God.
That was basically saying, attention Josephine County residents, as of date XYZ, we will not have reliable sheriff responses to emergencies out in the county. Which, for all intents and purposes, that's basically telling, hey, all criminals, look, we understand that you're busy and you're impatient, but if you can wait until this date and then start committing your crimes out there, law enforcement is going to have very minimal, response.
And just, I know we want to get back to the interview, but I'm just thinking like, and that's probably why Cave Junction became the way it is today.
I mean, I think it was like that before.
It was like that before,
but it didn't help.
But when you have Gilbertson saying, hey, on such and such a date, I mean, we're not going to have anybody out there. If I live out there and I'm a law-abiding citizen, you got to believe me. It's like, well, fuck, I'm getting an AR-15 or something.
I'm getting a gun.
I'm getting a gun. I'm getting more guns.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably why Cave Junction is the way it is right now, because it's just like, well, they were fucked for years. And so you better believe me that if someone's coming down my fucking driveway, I've already got the sights pointed at them.
Yeah. Which not the healthiest thing in the world.
No.
So, okay. Let's listen to how he says this rolled out.
Okay.
Out of this budget, is that true? Or?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So the commissioner made the motion, and the other commissioner, I believe, seconded it. And so we had some discussion. The sheriff was asked, well, are you okay with getting funding for 5 deputies instead of 10? And he said, absolutely. He said, I come here with pie in the sky. He said,
as one does in a negotiation.
As one does when they realize I'm having to negotiate with a couple of tight-fisted dicks who are not going to get me the money I need. Yeah. So I'm telling them what I need, and whatever I get, fuck it, I'll take it.
Fuck it. Yeah, fine.
You always ask for more than what you expect to walk out with.
Yeah, and so the question was asked to him, okay, are you going to be able to hire 5 deputies? And he said, no, I can only hire 3. And so he got money. He received money for 2 extra deputies that he said he couldn't even hire because there was not qualified deputies out there to fill the positions.
So basically what this is telling you is that we don't pay our deputies enough in this area.
We don't pay them.
Yeah.
We don't fucking pay them. Why would they want to be here if they're not getting fucking paid?
Exactly.
Yep.
He was actually getting budgeted more money than he needed. So
no.
it was
Holy fucking shit.
That's not saying he's getting budgeted more money than he needed. He got budgeted less money than he needed. Yeah. But because this county pays so shit, he wasn't able to hire even as much as he, was able to get budgeted for.
And also to add...
So wait a minute. In a budget committee situation, there's 3 commissioners and there's 3 appointed citizens. And there was a vote on this?
Yeah, because we vote on the budget to move it forward, and then the commissioners have the final say.
You've got to get... You have to get 4 out of 6, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So in that motion, it was to cut the public health $165,000, and so that was a motion.
You cut the public health,
and it was 5-1. I voted not to cut law enforcement and not to cut public health. But if you read the recall, it says, they say in there that I voted to cut law enforcement and public health. I was the only no vote to not cut anything.
Okay, so... Okay. So hold on.
Yeah.
So you had 5 people vote to cut law enforcement.
Yes.
Even though they weren't voting to cut law enforcement, they were voting for more law enforcement.
Yes.
And they voted for 5, but they could only afford 3. So where's the fucking cut to the law enforcement?
I don't know.
So that also makes me wonder, like, with the healthcare thing, like the story he's telling, because he's saying, it's like, well, other people voted to cut this, like, but the story you're telling is nobody voted to cut this.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck is it?
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of double talk, and I don't think he's necessarily understanding what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to know.
Okay.
Well, he knows everything, don't you know?
When you look at the recall, the citizens need to really take all 6 areas of the recall and look at each one and say, okay, these are just words. This is just a paragraph.
These are just words.
I'm going to search what is the truth.
Yes. This, speaking of pie in the sky thinking.
Words have meaning.
You would want the majority of the voting public to do that, or at least certain people who might be influential in their family to educate others as to what that is. That doesn't happen, unfortunately. I
know it is just a nice gesture.
Well, you create a public opinion based on whatever, and you can influence people to the good or the bad side, and then of course that is entirely subjective as to what you should think of this person. And so there were several publications in town here, and an organization that on the the Democratic Party locally.
Yeah, say it.
And
say its name.
The Rogue Indivisible.
Yeah, there we go.
Places like this, people like this
seem to be flirting with that one. He did
a little bit,
24/7 in social media, and unfortunately, we've observed that if they're successful in doing that, they have a core voting bloc. Okay. And they can turn those people out. They just say, hey, we need you to come out and vote for this. Done. But motivating your core base is what you got to do. And unfortunately, you weren't able to do that. How much do you place it on you're not being able to do that?
Oh, get ready to throw everybody under the bus.
Placement of the election, literally like a month after one of the biggest nationwide elections in history. Where do you place blame on the on that recall?
Come on.
So.
What's he going to do?
I think it was December 18th, week before Christmas.
Right.
This was all planned out. Catch people when they're
all planned out.
About Christmas, the holidays,
course.
family coming over. Who in the heck's following politics?
So, you know how in Oregon, for voting. You
Yeah.
have to show up to a specific poll place.
Wait,
and then
what?
you have to, it's like, and you only have a couple days to do it. And
We
if you
do
miss the
that?
window, no, of course not. We have fucking mail-in voting.
I'm pretty sure I got the ballot for that at least, 2-3 weeks before then?
Yeah, so it's like, it's Christmas time, and
No, fuck off.
nobody's talking about politics.
No,
and it's like,
bullshit.
dude, it came in the mail.
Yeah.
You know what people are checking for Christmas cards and stuff during that time of year?
Yeah.
The fucking mail.
It's not that fucking hard to open up that goddamn envelope and just bubble in
yes
circles.
or no? Yeah. No, it literally it was a one issue ballot.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did not get people on there has nothing to do
No.
with holiday season. And keep in mind, this has been like a default thing because it happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, it happened during Christmas time.
Yeah.
Commander Chris did the same fucking thing when the recall was happening. It's like, they planned during Christmas time. It's like, dude, yours was a month later than West's.
Yeah.
So either it's his was during Christmas time or yours was during Christmas time. They were not both during Christmas fucking time.
Nope.
So, and again, the whole thing is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
So it very much weirds me out. It's him pissing, moaning, and trying to shift blame away from him for this.
And don't forget the decompression after 24. That was a massive thing.
Oh my God.
Both sides, the deeply entrenched opposition to one another throughout that whole season was huge. And people were just like, at the end of it, they were like, phew, I'm done.
Well, I take blame 100%
No, you don't.
for the recall winning. I did not reach the voters.
No.
I was not able to tell the voters and it's not a story. I was not able to relate the truth to the voters.
Oh, really?
I was not able to take
truth.
each and break down each one. They had this
Was that
13-page
judge who,
dossier.
ruled 5 of these,
They had
one of those voters?
transcripts
Yeah.
Because that was you and your
printing
lawyer.
stuff right and left. They had these people on Facebook going right and left. They were on a mission. I assumed a little bit that the voters knew me better than that, and they were paying attention.
I think the voters knew him pretty well.
that
Yeah.
They would not believe the garbage that was being said.
Right. And on top of that, then
I had a full-time job as commissioner too.
Right. No, I get that. And then, but on top of that, then they have to be also motivated to vote in a single
Yes.
issue election.
Yes.
Where the ballots get mailed to you.
and-
Holy fucking
and
shit.
listen, I don't know. I'd love to say that I know, but I don't know to what degree they've bought into John West is a bad person, because that's what was being sold.
I mean, it's not that it was wrong.
I've been going
Yeah.
around. I talk to voters every day. And
I'm very certain the voters he talks to are a lot of people who will kiss his ass.
Yes.
He does not strike me as the kind of person
No.
who just goes up to people and goes, "Hey, I ran for commissioner. I was commissioner. You're just." What was your opinion of me? He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who does that to
No.
random people. He's the kind of guy who strikes me as, hey, I go to the Republican committee,
Yep.
the people who are right now overrun by maggots. And they tell me, hey, look, Mr. Foreskin, sir.
Yes.
We love what you did. You tried to torpedo the library there. You prevented those damn dirty hippies from getting that pipework area. You, sir, may I fondle your balls?
Yeah.
just a little. I get the impression that that's the kind of people
Yeah.
he normally talks
No,
to. He doesn't go to open events where anybody can give critique.
No, he's in his own little echo chamber, just like all the rest of them are.
Yeah, and it just seems interesting.
Yeah.
I have a huge base. I have a lot of voters that are glad I'm running.
Who didn't
They
show
want
up.
me to show people that what has been done has been a travesty. What has been said, the voters were lied to. You know, there's 70,500 voters.
Okay.
Oh, God.
In Josephine County.
Okay.
Only 13,600 or 800 voters recalled me.
Because you were that fucking unpopular.
Yeah.
22,000 voters put me into office. Right. So out of those 22,000 voters, almost 22,000, 21,000 some odd voters that put me into office, they were all cheated because they voted to put me in for a 4-year term to do the things that I said I would do.
Yeah.
And I never got those accomplished because I was taken out of office 2 years early.
And they didn't show up.
Yeah.
Out of the 13,000 voters that recalled me, very few of them were my voters.
Right.
So basically, his whole argument here is, with all these signs and shit that I was able to put out for my election campaign, I got low information voters to vote for me based on name recognition.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the recall election, there's not really a lot of signs you can do for recall other than don't recall so-and-so. Because if you do that...
Which, by the way, I saw a lot of.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, if you do that, that kind of prompts people to go, wait a minute. What is he being recalled for? And then look into it.
Yeah.
And Foreskin here was such a worthless waste of space when it came to pontificating his side. When it to basically pushing his side, selling it.
Yeah.
That almost none of the people who voted for him came out to vote for him.
They
Again,
didn't show up.
In a goddamn mail-in ballot state where you have 2 to 3 weeks to fill in your ballot and turn it in. Oregon is one of the laziest places to vote.
Let me just point this out, because they keep talking about the 2024 election, how it was just such a huge thing. And then after it was over, people were just like, oh man, I'm just fucking done. No, fuck off. You don't get to use that excuse. You motherfuckers were riding a goddamn wave. Okay. So West should have been easily not recalled.
Oh yeah.
So then what the fuck?
Yeah.
They didn't show up, West. Why is that? Because you were just a waste of space.
Yeah. No, again, as you said, all high and mighty. They're like, yeah, we just got Trump elected.
Yeah. Right?
And then it's like, hey.
So their guy should have gotten not recalled.
Yeah, no, their guy should have been like, dude, we just got Trump in. We just got Trump in for a second term.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're trying to recall our guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
Right.
Fuck it. No.
So where were they?
They apparently crickets.
Yeah.
He was such an inspiring piece of shit that nobody
showed up.
Well,
I mean, a few.
Very few people.
He got recalled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were Democrats that didn't vote for me, didn't believe in me,
Wow.
didn't like me.
Right.
Where are all those Democrats in Josephine County?
I'm not going to be correct about it. It seemed like 8,700 voters or something there, which was the majority of that block, are the same people who turn out every single time on basically the Democratic side of things.
High information voters.
And, whatever issue it is that they're pushing, they're going to come out and vote for that. So then you had to have, one more than that to come out in favor of you. And
You
unfortunately,
do have that.
there is an observable apathy on the Republican side of things.
Oh, is there?
And I regret saying that because I'm a Republican, and I vote every single time, and there's kind of a famous saying that you get the government that you deserve. But unfortunately, in my case, I get the government that you deserve because you don't vote.
There's some projection going on.
Wow.
Here. So I would think that people should vote every single time. It's a civic duty.
Yeah, you should.
And if you wanted John in there, you should have voted.
But you didn't.
If you didn't want John in there, you should have voted too. This is how I feel about it, and it's
well. The people who wanted him out voted.
Yeah.
And the people who initially voted him in were like,
I don't
know.
No,
this guy's an asshole. No,
right.
Fuck it. I don't want him in anymore. And didn't vote.
Or they just didn't vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, the horror.
It's sad it is the way it is, but it is the way it is.
Yeah, it is. And when I talk to voters, a
Again,
lot
the
of
people
them
who
are
kiss his ass.
they
Echo chamber.
know this is they were wronged, they were lied to. You know, we're going through the courts right now. The courts are starting to rule in my favor. I'm starting to have
Which one?
Yeah, no, again, the last thing I caught on any of this was that the court ruled 5 of the 6 reasons he couldn't sue for because they were either factual or opinion based.
Yeah.
And he was appealing it. And the last I heard, he's in the process of trying to appeal it.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been any like, oh yeah, no, the
There's
appeal,
been no
it's approved.
movement.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's in the appeal process.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Hooray.
So as the court stands, yeah, no, these were proven.
Yeah.
hands. The people are going to see within the next 3 months, 6 months, and a year that they were due.
What?
They were lied to.
That's a range, isn't it?
That's quite a range.
That's a range. Now, keep in mind, this interview I think was done maybe in May, maybe in February. This interview was done a while ago.
Okay.
I think at this point, a little over a month.
This is April.
Yeah, sorry, March.
Yeah. Okay.
Different one starts with an M.
Yeah.
I knew it started with an M. Anyways, yeah, this interview is like about a month old or so, a little bit more.
Okay.
So basically what he's saying is, yeah, no, I get the feeling that this is going to go my way in the courts by the time I'm elected or after. Could be after, could be up to a year. You know, basically, that's a fancy way of saying, yeah, I mean, I'm fighting in the courts, but I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right.
So when you say that, are you speaking in reference to lawsuits regarding the recall committee?
The recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the chief petitioner, it says right on the SEL form that the merits have to be truthful and factual. And then you have the co-petitioner who says he wrote them all and they're all truthful and factual. But then when the finance director comes in and says, your recall says that John West lost $6.4 million for the county, but he didn't. The finance director says when he left office, we were $2 million more in the.
Listen,
So basically what the petition is saying is that had John West not been in office, it wouldn't have been 2 million in the black. It would have been 8 million in the black. So,
wow.
Math is hard.
Math is hard sometimes.
that whole thing is silly. And it's on the basis of, well, if he would have done this and this and this, which everybody can look at the stock market in hindsight and said, well, if I would have done this, I would have been a millionaire. Well, that
That doesn't sound like an argument.
What G.
No.
Meredith wanted you to do. You would have had $6.2 million or something. But anybody can say that.
He says that, but there is no proof. So what I ask the voters, and it's hard, is where is the proof? I can make all the comments and allegations I want, but where is the actual proof to what I'm saying? And I'm saying the finance director is the proof. She managed the books of the county, and she's saying, no, these numbers don't jive. The forestry director says, nope, never happened. Pike Fork, they wanted to buy it for $2.3 million. It's worth $2.8 million.
And that money is part of that equation, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the $3.1 million is part of this mining scheme, as I call it, of Jay Meredith and American Mineral Research. And if you go back and listen, and it's hard because the people's not going to go back and pull the tapes.
Yeah,
it's hard. The people aren't going to look at it, so I'm just going to shovel shit.
Yeah, no, it's like they'll believe what I say because they're too stupid.
Yeah.
They're not going to look into it.
Yeah, right? God.
Jay Meredith wanted a mining lease for American Mineral Research, but he didn't want to pay for the mining consultant, which was $26,000 to $30,000 a year. He wanted the taxpayers to pay for that. He didn't want to put no money up front. He says, I'm going to do a royalty for the county and it's going to pay for law enforcement. No, the statute says it's forestry money. It belongs to the forestry department. But when it come right down to it,
got
he
that
was
grammar.
asked, do you want to
Yump to?
on this royalty? How about we do a royalty up front each year? His words was, I can't guarantee county's going to make any money off this deal. But
so again, keep in mind, a lot of his argument here is, it's like, look, we need to do a survey for minerals to determine the actual worth of this land. And, well, I'm not going to put the money up for it because I'm not the county.
Yeah.
This is the county's land. The county should be doing this.
The county should be doing this.
And, the county weren't going to do that.
No, they weren't. Also, we already know that West is in the forestry business. So I'm sure that, he has his own reasons for doing shit.
Well, if I recall correctly, and he might bring this up if I'm remembering correctly, or he might not. It's,
Okay.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, I know,
but,
right?
If I recall correctly, one of the properties that borders Pipe Fork is a property of West's. So that was one of those things too, where it's like when he's doing this, people going, okay, but this seems like there might be a conflict of interest here, because what happens with Pipe Fork, since it's adjacent to one of his properties, could have an impact on the value of his own property.
Right.
So,
maybe there's reasons.
Yeah.
the recall says lost $3.1 million.
Yes.
And now he's using today, I lost county $10 million.
No way, girlfriend.
Okay. Well, you know what? I mean, this is
it just goes on and on and on.
Well, this is
And
unfortunate.
So many voters out there confused. They don't know. They're saying, gee whiz, they got all these things. And I know they can't go and they're not going to go and research each one. If they did, they would find out.
Wow.
Gee whiz, these are not true. And that's where I take the blame.
Sorry.
What? Wait.
That's where I take the blame.
These people aren't going to do it. They aren't going to do the research. Whatever. Fuck them. Yeah, I'll take the blame.
I cut that off at an odd angle because his whole thing of I'm taking the blame is because I didn't do my due diligence to educate these people on this. Here's what gets me.
Yeah.
He's telling these, it's like they can look it up. They're not going to do that, but they can look it up, but they won't. So I'm just going to spin bullshit. So here's the thing that he could do that would make this much more believable, and he's not doing it. Mm-hmm. And we know he's done enough prep before to do this.
He should have, yeah.
He could very easily go, okay, I don't think most people are going to look this up, but if you want to look this up, this is where you go to look it up.
Yes.
You need to reach out to the county clerk, or you need to reach out to this email, or this is the specific website. Right. He could be sitting here saying, look, you probably won't, but if you look it up, here it is.
Yeah.
Go here.
Yeah. We're talking about his recall. If it were me, I would be saying, yes, let's go line by line. Let's do all this. Here is where you can find this information. It is right here.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't done that at all. It's just like, I don't want to go line by line. That would just take too long. People aren't going to look it up. So, hey, whatever. No. Back it up with fucking information.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that, which should tell you all you need to know.
No, it's just anecdotal bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I should have done better getting it out. The Courier's not my friend, so they're not going to publish the truth on it.
What?
The Oregon Eagle only comes out once a quarter.
Oh,
so
yeah, that fucking rag.
There.
Yeah.
I try to do some stuff in the sneak preview that come out once a month. And so it was really, how do you reach 25, 40,000, 50,000, there's 70,000 voters. So I'm going to say however many of them, in Trump's era, I think 70, 2,000 voters voted in Josephine County, which is high, but it was a presidential election. But so how do I reach 40,000 of my voters? How do I reach them?
How'd you reach them the first fucking time?
I don't have a radio station of my own. I don't have a...
Yeah, unfortunately,
You're on a fucking radio show.
Well, a podcast show.
was
But yeah.
able to accomplish their goal in painting you negatively. And it doesn't even have to be negatively enough to get someone to vote for the recall. It just has to be negatively enough so that people resign themselves to the idea that you're going to lose.
So here's the other thing too, because West was like, what kind of radio show? Well, let's see. I'm very certain that Kjo probably would have had him on, but he doesn't want to go on Kjo.
No.
The reason he doesn't want to go on Kjo is because Kjo will get their facts on shit, and they will ask him pointed questions. Like if there's something that's like, okay, look, if you can back this up, that's great. But this part right here, that looks weird. It looks fishy. So we're going to poke at that. And if you have an answer, great. You supported your position. If you don't, shit.
Yeah.
That's, it's like we're going to make you look like an ass because we're not intentionally, not the goal, but you will look like an ass based on you not being able to answer this. But there are other places this little foreskin could go. The Bill Maher show over in Medford, because there's people in Grants Pass that listen to that shit. Yeah. And that guy is a huge fluffer of Barnett and his ilk. He absolutely would have taken West and gone, okay, pan this out. What's going on? Hold on here. Hold on. I know you're not here in radio, but let me just over the phone fondle your balls here. There we go. He could have totally gotten a soft ball interview to explain all this shit, and he never did.
Didn't do it.
So
right.
And they go, well, he's going to lose anyway.
Well, and the Grants Pass Tribune and Jay Meredith, who supposedly is a journalist writing for the Grants Pass Tribune, just kept article after article and lies after lies. And of course, John Riccio, the owner of the Grants Pass Tribune, we had him into court. He says he didn't actually lose. He lost by default because he didn't defend himself, he says. But at the bottom line, he lost in court. $457,000 defamation suit for lies they posted. Now,
So just a fun little thing here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to correct myself on something, because I've argued this with people online quite a bit.
Okay.
When we actually interviewed John Riccio. Yeah. John Riccio largely was talking about his lawsuits with Barnett. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple wires cross, and it's like I made some comments about how it's like, well, this is what happened with West. Okay. And honestly, I think something very similar probably did happen, because if he didn't show up to defend himself, to me, that's telling me it's like, okay, did he get the summons? Yeah. Because with Barnett, that whole thing was he didn't get the summons. Yeah. There was no call, no nothing. His phone number in the county had been changed to a different area code. Okay. So that when they called to let him know, hey, this is going to go, it's like, no, didn't go to his number. So that makes me wonder, like, is this something where it's like this is just a general kind of a default tactic of, okay, look, I work in the county building. I'm in a lawsuit with this guy, and I don't want him to show up. I wonder if I can just, put an extra 0 in or swap a 1 out for a 2.
Yeah,
just something that I'm not saying that West would do that, only because I don't think West has the technical ability to do that. He doesn't have the knowledge.
I don't know,
but
I don't know.
It seems fishy.
It
to
does.
say the least.
Yeah.
Heard a podcast that he was on.
What?
Talking about it, and I guess he lost that. And not the least of the reasons was he didn't show up.
Yeah, no, this is okay. So when I first heard this, I thought he was talking about our podcast. Okay. I think he still is. Okay. But he might not be. If he is talking about our podcast again, this was not with West. This was with Barnett. Yeah. So this, I think, also when I first listened, this might be where I got my wires crossed about that.
Okay.
But again, since he's not mentioning a specific podcast, it might not be ours. Hey, Mike,
if it is us,
if it is us, let us know. Please let us know.
Let us know,
because inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, he showed up part of the time.
Also, say the podcast.
The very last part of the
even if it
case,
isn't us.
Yeah.
He didn't show up in court in his Perry Mason lawsuit that he always showed up in. And he just didn't show up, and he said he was in Arizona talking with an attorney and blah, 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 blah. And he said because he couldn't get an attorney to represent him in Oregon because apparently I had already bought them all off or something, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I think that's the poisoning that's poisoning the lawyer pool there.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
circle.
Yeah.
You know, holy moly.
Yeah, you know, it was just ludicrous.
Yeah,
So they're still publishing lies, and the same Jay Meredith and the Tribune is just still goes on every day, every other day.
So now keep in mind, there's a little bit of a double standard here that's not being said out loud.
Yeah.
So West is appealing the decision against him for the 5 out of 6, you know, and because he is in the process of appealing that, even though the appeal is nowhere near being decided, he is innocent of it. That's his, like, I was proven innocent because I'm appealing it.
Yeah.
Fun bullshit. With Rico is appealing the lawsuit decision based on default. So by the transitive properties of logic, Rico hasn't been proven guilty.
I guess so.
Defaming West. So hooray!
According to West,
According to West, nobody's defamed him.
Yeah, I saw them, and this was an article I think Jay Meredith did this morning, and suggesting that, you know, I keep asking these people for responses and they won't respond to me. Well, you know, maybe there's a reason why, because they know that you are the enemy in terms of, you know, their campaigns or
they're
just
cowards.
Personally.
Yeah.
And so why should they give you the time of day? You know, but
see,
maybe
I don't understand that, but maybe it's because I'm just, you know, a very fightful person. But like, you know, if here's an example. If Mike on Mike reached out to us and said, "Hey, let's do an interview with you," I wouldn't be like, "No, fuck you. You're the enemy." I would be like, "Oh, really? You want to fucking interview us? All right, motherfucker. Let's fucking do it. Let's ball out."
I mean, look, I'm not going to say I would or would not.
Sure.
It depends.
It depends. It depends on the situation.
It depends very much on the situation. But I'm not going to like flat out go, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's bring it on."
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, I want to know a little more about this.
I would like to know a little bit more. But if I do know a little bit more and it's like, all right, you want to have a legitimate conversation? Fine.
Yeah.
Let's do it. That's why when they talk about this, like, oh, you know, no one wanted to, you know, talk to him. Oh, I wonder why. It's like, well, why wouldn't you?
Well, here's the other thing that I do not understand with this.
Yeah.
So basically, the back and forth they're having here, what it seems to me is they're saying, okay, well, yeah, they reached out to you for like, and they did this with all the people running for these county commissioner positions. Yeah. They reached out to them, I believe, via email. They had, you know, like so many questions. They were all the same questions. And then you could just, you know, provide your answers, email them back. There you go. They got published.
Yeah.
And West is basically sitting here saying, well, yeah, why would I do that to the enemy? I think he might even end up alluding to, it's like, yeah, they could edit it to whatever the hell they want. It's a fucking email. It has a digital record.
Yeah.
You can receive this, and then you can literally send your response back. And if they fuck with it in ways that are disingenuous, you can go,
well, this is what I have in my sent email.
This is what I have in my sent email. I'm just going to copy and paste this and put this on fucking Facebook for everybody to see.
Yeah.
And so right there, you have, like, that is defamation.
Yeah.
That is easy slam dunk case
Yeah.
for defamation that nobody would be able to reasonably appeal.
Yeah.
And West doesn't do this because I think West is very well aware it's only going to get edited for grammar and spelling.
Yeah.
And if he tries to like put this stuff out there, one of two things are going to happen. Either people are going to read this and go, okay, but that's not what was asked.
Yeah, right.
Or this is like, we wanted like a detailed plan here, and you just said, yeah, I'm just going to make more roads. Okay, but how? Like, how's this
Right.
going to work? Or he knows he's going to put something in there that if the majority of people actually see it and it's being truthful, they're going to go, no, fuck no.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose out on votes.
Yep.
I'm very certain those are the reasons why.
Yeah.
Shall we continue?
I guess.
Leadership is not up on that. There is no motivation for somebody who they've already determined they don't like to speak to them. They're doing the same thing with Chad Hansen right now and Simon Hare. Simon Hare, of which is now like engaged to John Riccio's ex girlfriend or whatever.
What the
So,
who the
there's
fuck
no-
cares?
ago.
What the
there's no
fuck are we
love
doing
lost
right now?
there.
Right.
Apparently, we are playing Days of Our Lives.
It's just, God, we're almost a half hour into this, which fucking boggles my mind. But even so, it's like, okay, well, I mean, we're here to talk about John West and his candidacy and maybe, his recall efforts and why he wants to do all this all over again. But it seems like a lot of this has just been fucking fluff.
Yeah. And now keep in mind too.
Yeah.
Because Mike brought up and Chad Hansen and Simon Hare. It's like these are people who have very much been running in the same circle as Foreskin here.
Well, yeah. Well,
So-
and Simon Hare has a lot of skeletons in the closet that we haven't even gone over yet on this podcast. I don't think we've even brought up his name.
Yeah.
But that dude,
I think we covered him a little
we?
bit.
Maybe.
Not a lot. Because wasn't he the one who had the issue where he basically got pulled over driving drunk, leaving a strip club? Was that him? Or was that different?
I don't know. Morgan LLC does not know all the facts relating to that, but I do believe, yes, he was pulled over driving drunk, and there was some other things going on that led him to resign from a county position. Yeah. So there's things with Hare that I'm like, yeah, that guy shouldn't be running right now either.
Yeah, and again, I don't necessarily recall. I think that was him.
Yeah.
I think so because I referred to somebody as a booze hound, and I think it was Simon Hare. This was many episodes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's not a great run.
Not a great
there.
look. Yeah.
So there's clearly, there's a lot of personal stuff and behind the scenes stuff that people don't know about that, speak to the motivations as to why they're doing this. Not to mention, just whatever their political beliefs are. I tend to think that there is a Republican, candidateship that are vying for these positions, and there are more left-leaning Republicans and more right-leaning Republicans, and you have
The fissure in the party.
I love that.
side with one or the other of that. Is my assessment somewhere in the ballpark?
Yeah, I think you're right. So let's go back to
Oh God, let's not.
There's
I
hardcore maggots
received an
and
email
reasonable.
from John Riccio of
And-
Grants Pass Tribune saying, here's 11 questions. We want you to answer them. So one is, why would I answer questions from a guy and a Grants Pass Tribune that I had to sue for defamation and won $457,000 against?
That again, he hasn't won because now it's an appeal.
Now
so
it's an appeal.
by his own logic,
Yeah.
he hasn't won jack shit.
That will not publish the truth. But what was funny, at the end of the questions, it says, the editor has the right to edit your answers.
For spelling and grammar.
Okay.
For spelling and grammar. Because the way John West is talking right now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust him to spell
Right.
anything that's greater than 3 letters long.
Their own will. So I was supposed to give you 11 answers,
right. which you can put out as quotes.
But he can edit it to say whatever. That
we've already covered.
We've already covered that.
Right.
You have
That's
the
just
receipt,
setup.
Right.
And if the citizens want to know an answer, they can always ask me. They can email my electjohnwest.com. They can go to my Facebook page, my web page. They can ask.
Oh, weird. So you have places to reach out to people.
And your Facebook page is?
It's on my electjohnwest.com. So it's
Elect John West at face.
electjohnwest.com. Is that
good God?
So and
if I recall correctly, I haven't checked it in a while, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But when he had his, like John West for County Commissioner Facebook page, he posted almost nothing on there in support of his own candidacy.
I don't think he uses the internet.
No.
I mean, not in a way to advertise himself or do anything.
At least not in a functional way.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give out your phone number like Chad Hansen does?
More people has it than you think already. So, but yeah, no, it's I get enough spam mail the way it is. So, but I'm getting tons of questions, and of course I respond. And there's a few people I didn't respond because they were like, they gave me a question inside of a question that you couldn't answer. It was like, oh, well.
Basically, it was a question that if he answered it, he doesn't have the intellect to answer it in a way that doesn't set off a trap.
Yeah, right.
Basically, he recognizes that is a trap.
Right.
And he's too stupid to go, well, how can I navigate this so that I not only disarm the trap, but I answer the question and look good in the process?
Yes. The flip side of that coin is that if he answers it in a way and they quote unquote edit it to make it sound like he's trapped, again, he has the receipt.
Yeah. So this is basically all of this it's coming off as one large dodge.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't actually have to do anything.
Yep.
When he goes to answer this, he can't really answer it. So I'm not, so I can't respond to him. And then they go, well, he never responded, so it must be,
Yes. Yeah.
And,
If only there was a way to resolve that, maybe by responding.
Messages, and some of them I respond to, and some of them I don't respond to because people are just firing insults at me or whatever.
But you're not running for commissioner, Mike.
There's nothing I can do with that. I'm not going to engage with people like that.
That's different.
If you want to have a substantive exchange that's mutually respectful, I'm down with that. But I don't engage with people who have already figured out that I'm a Nazi.
So I'm just going to point this out, Mike. I don't necessarily think you're a Nazi, but it doesn't help that you did an interview with Edgar Fascist Santa Pelfrey. And he pushed a lot of shit that was really far right-wing fascist rhetoric, and you didn't seem to give a lot of pushback on it. So, again, I don't think you're a Nazi. I don't even think you're a fascist. But the fact that you will have people like that on your show and you don't do a lot of, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
How is that not fascist? It's a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Or something, and that's and you can clip that, I guess. So
did he have to put that in air quotes?
My biggest concern is Josephine County.
No.
Okay.
And right now, I see Josephine County government going over the cliff.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
In the first month of the two appointed commissioners, Colleen Martin and Gary Richardson, and then the elected official Ron Smith, who refused to do his job numerous times.
Oh, fuck off!
You mean the guy who recused himself legally, as he had the right to do?
Yeah.
And
they have grown government by between $2 and $3 million of new employees. They have put the animal shelter levy, raising it to 16 cents a thousand on the ballot.
Oh my stars and garters, the voters get to choose?
Holy shit.
I am shocked and appalled,
Wow.
sir. Let the voters choose. Jesus
Let the voters
Christ.
choose.
And what's the currents? Like
11.
11, yeah.
So they want another 5 cents, which is another $500,000. And I stood up in a weekly business session, which is a WBS, we call it, weekly business session.
Which you don't sound anything like what you sound like now.
No.
Which can be found, the links for the video on this can be found on the Josephine County Commissioner's page, right?
Yep, that is true.
you hit the
That is very true.
26, and then you go down and you can scroll down.
Oh God, do
and
we
I
need a
think
fucking
it was the
roadmap?
March
Just fucking
20
speak. Fuck.
But
God fucking damn it.
But here's the best part about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
He's bringing receipts.
Oh yeah.
He's bringing fucking receipts. This is something that he actually can point to and say, yeah, this is where you go and blah, blah, blah. All this other shit where he could easily say, this is how you find this and all this other stuff.
See-
but you're not going to look it up. So, trust me. But this here, he tells you how to get there.
See, this is why I enjoy being here with you, and this is why I just enjoy having you as a friend, because we can be watching something and something will it'll be trivial like this, where he's just like, oh yeah, no, well yeah, just go to the website, and then you scroll down and then you do, and then I'll just be like, oh fuck, we already fucking know this, and you'll be like, not now, he's bringing receipts.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, you're right, he is. God fucking damn it.
Again, this is one of those things where it's like, this shows that he is capable.
He's capable.
of trying to prove his point.
Uh-huh.
So either he doesn't feel like it's important to try to prove his point with the other stuff, or he knows he can't.
He knows he can't.
So
Yeah.
Don't mind. Those used to all be on YouTube. There was an archive of the stuff on YouTube. Why
You can
is
still
that
find
not
it there.
happening now?
So it's on YouTube Live.
Yes, and then and it's there for a brief period of time, and then it goes away.
What?
The county
No.
and YouTube got in a beef years ago.
What?
About the
Before
code.
So
wait.
So some stuff, all these videos they're on the county website.
Okay.
So you can go find them on YouTube. The stuff gets streamed live. It also gets streamed on the county website live.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I don't know how long before stuff gets deleted, because normally when I go and I have to go get those videos, I just go to YouTube and I have a program where I can just download it.
Okay.
Although I go there first because it's usually a little bit faster than waiting for the county to go, oh, yeah, now we have this on our website, because you can download it from the website, the county website, no issue. But yeah, I don't even know that this is really, what's the term, a big deal.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a nothing burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff, right?
Yes. And so they still air it on YouTube Live, but then after it goes, you have to wait for them to download it to the county website, which takes 1 to 2 days. And then you can go and look at it. But they also archive it, the speaking on there.
Right. So it is all on that webpage if you go there.
So
Okay.
So what?
the county has
Nothing
the money
burger.
to pay for the animal shelter. They have the money.
Okay.
And so
All right. Well, I'm
that's
glad
what
we
I brought up
spoke
in
about
the
that for fucking
WBS.
5 minutes or whatever
Yes.
the fuck.
Why do you go to the taxpayers and ask them to raise their property taxes? I'm for the animal shelter. I love dogs and cats.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to have to pay the
I
animal
don't wanna
shelter for
pay
strays.
them. Yeah.
So, it's kind of like saying, hey, look, I'm all for we need to take care of the orphans, but fuck the orphanage.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm for it. But we don't need to go to the citizens when county government has the money, but instead of them using the money properly, they are spending money, they are wasting money, they're growing government, they're not even trying to be efficient.
So again, efficiency
Okay, yeah.
versus effectiveness.
Also, thanks to their dildo in chief, everything has gotten more fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So you guys can go fuck yourself, okay? You guys are the problem.
Yeah. Effectively,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I keep asking, why keep going to the citizens? Well, the number one thing with government is
what the
go to
fuck?
the citizens first. When they say no, we'll pay for it ourselves. But if they don't say no, boy, we got more money to spend however you want to do it.
So
Okay.
basic government lesson here
Go
with
ahead.
economics.
Yes.
Government funding typically comes from taxpayer dollars.
Correct.
So if you need more money for something, typically you increase a tax on something.
Yes.
That or you cut.
Right.
Which Foreskin here is all for cutting things.
All for it.
So I think his whole way of like, yeah, no, we'll get more money is basically saying, hey, you know how we have these jobs that they're serving a purpose and they, provide a service?
Yeah.
We're going to cut them.
Yeah.
And that way, then we're going to have fewer services, ones that I don't think we need, even though probably many people use them.
You do.
So that we can then use this funding for other things.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think he's really that, what's the term, enamored with the animal shelter.
No.
That was not my philosophy of government was we should try to figure out a way to pay for it first before we ever go to the citizens.
Right.
And that's not this cruise.
But if you don't figure out a way to pay for it, do you just not do it then?
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
So yeah, it's a little bit nuts.
Your contention that the some portion of the recently hired employees were unnecessary, or all of them, or
I believe a lot of them are unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
All we're doing is growing government in leaps and bounds, and the bulk, I believe if you go and look with salary and benefit, the average employee is over 6 figures.
Wow.
Okay.
So in the 6-figure area.
You have a lot of people in the county who've been working there for decades.
Yeah.
And they are in the upper tier of payment, and you don't want to pay their retirement.
Yeah.
I believe there's actually a lawsuit against the county because ended up doing Doge style cuts.
Yeah.
And let go of a couple of people who were, not too far away from retirement. And now the county is in lawsuits for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So, good job cutting jobs to save money. Fucking Foreskin.
Yep.
How many citizens are making 6 figures?
yeah, not many.
So it's just crazy. We got a jail levy coming up next year.
Well, yeah, you got to pay to imprison them people.
Wanting to raise it. They want to put back $500,000 OSU 4-H for 6 kids. $500,000. I
think it's more than 6 kids.
The animal shelter, and
I feel like you might be doing some hyperbole here.
I said your increase in the animal shelter isn't enough to pay for the costs. And Colleen Martin said, Mr. West, you're correct. It's not.
Well, yeah, it's an increase. Like an increase when you don't have enough money is good, even if the increase still isn't enough.
I don't understand, listening to this man, how we can fucking invest in our community when he doesn't want to invest in it.
I'm listening to this and wondering, dude, how the fuck have you run businesses?
Yeah.
This is insane.
How did you manage? Because you talk about fucking, hey, we gotta, we gotta invest in our community, but with you, there's gonna be fucking no money to invest.
No. It's like there's going to be cutting taxes, or we're not going to increase taxes. And in order to pay for things that we want, we're going to cut other things that we currently have, want, or need.
So then when you fucking debranch the tree and you only have a fucking twig sitting out there, what the fuck are we going to do?
Exactly.
Oh, God.
So why would you go to the taxpayers, ask them to raise their taxes when you're not even asking them to raise enough for the cost of the shelter?
We're about halfway through now.
So it
fuck
forced
me.
It's kind of like, let's bait the taxpayers into giving us part of it now, and then we can go back and get more of it later. And that's not being honest. That's not being transparent.
How is that not being what?
I just think.
And what you're doing is transparent?
It's a bad
Oh my
look.
God.
Right now, taxpayers are suffering. Fuel costs are up. Food costs are
Gee,
up. Rent's
I
up,
wonder
everything's
why.
up. Taxes, insurance, you name it.
Uh-huh.
And county government sitting there in one day grew government over $2 million in hiring new employees in one day.
Hey, new employees that, maybe
That's
are off
new
the street or,
positions.
have a place to go now can fucking buy stuff at, I don't know, local stores and invest into the economy here.
And keep in mind, we're mostly talking about new employees where their positions were cut by Doji McBear.
Uh-huh.
And now it's like, okay, but we did need those positions.
We did.
Like you literally, you cut these positions that we needed to save money. And now we need these positions back. So some of these people are gone. So we have to hire new people.
Yeah.
They're literally undoing the damage.
Yeah.
That this jerk off's, he didn't pick Black.
Right.
But they're undoing the damage that this guy did, who falls very much in line with the ethos of Foreskin here.
Yep.
Who says, oh, they're overworked and their morale's down.
Yeah, that's something that kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's like that their morale is down, and they don't get into the minutia of what their basis for that is.
Maybe people getting fired out of the blue.
Under the certain mean guys, they couldn't be assured that they were going to have their position in perpetuity, and their morale was lower because of that or something. I'd like to get some definition of that.
Okay, is it me, or did he literally just give a definition of what might have caused them to be more pissy?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, I just want to check.
It's fine.
Illustration of why the morale was low and how hiring 40-something new employees is going to raise morale.
Oh, my fucking God.
Mr. Morgan, would you like to take this?
So, let's say you're the only person in a department, and you have the fucking weight of, the company or or your department on you. That lowers morale a lot.
It's crushing.
It's crushing. You're always busy. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It will just keep piling on top of you. That is demoralizing. When you leave for the weekend and you know that as soon as you come back, it is just going to be there again. And maybe it's piled up more while you've been gone. Maybe you had to take a day off to take a family member to the doctor because you're their only mode of transportation. And when you come back after that long weekend, it's just gotten bigger. And so you have to hack and you have to plow and you have to get that work down. And guess what? It just keeps fucking coming. There's no stopping it. Okay? Now,
no getting ahead of it.
There's no getting ahead of it. So now, let's say that your upper management has been whacked and new management has come in and they say, hey, we really need to fund this department. We really need some more people in there. Let's hire some people. Let's fucking hire 3 or 4 or 5 more people. Okay? Guess what? My morale is going to go fucking through the roof because now I can fucking breathe. And I'm not saying that I don't want the work. I'm just saying I can take a breath. I can slow down because my job now has gotten a little bit easier, and maybe I can poke my head above water and actually get an understanding of what's going on now. Because I have time. I can think about stuff. My head is clear. My morale is higher because now I have people backing me up. And I am now backing other people up. And now my time is actually more valuable because I can now help others and others can help me. There's a reciprocal thing going on there. Okay? What these fucks will never fucking understand because they don't have to fucking be in that grind is how much it harms people that no one is there to help. They'll never know. They'll never know that. They've got it made in the shade. Okay? West, he was making six figures being a county commissioner. Okay? He'll never know. He'll never fucking know. I know. I know what it's like. So for them to say what they're saying right now fucking enrages me. As we have said before, government doesn't need to be efficient. It just needs to work. It needs to help people in their daily life. Okay? Fuck you, motherfuckers, for complaining about a 6 cents increase. Okay? Fuck you. Fuck you to fucking hell. All right? If there is a hell and we both are there one day, it's going to be my paradise because I'm going to fucking just hound you guys for eternity. All right? That's how I feel. They'll never understand because they have the money. You have the money. This is what I talk about here every fucking time this comes up. It's like, I don't have the money, but yet you fucks are trying to get me to pay more. And I'm sitting here saying, look, I'm willing to pay it because, we have to have this stuff run in daily life. Mm-hmm. But these fucks are the one that are like, God, I make 6 figures a year. I'm totally in the fucking clear. Man, how dare I pay another 6 cents?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like something they can easily afford.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is why I get so angry. This is why my rage builds when, in federal government, they're like, oh, we'll just get $200 billion for the Pentagon. It's no problem. What? Wait, I've been here fighting day after fucking day for $40 billion for fucking healthcare so that even you can go to the hospital and you're just taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. People like me are just taken care of. We don't have to risk bankruptcy. We don't have to risk being out in the fucking street because something out of our control happened that we had to go to the doctor. It should be paid for. And yet the people with the money are here saying, nah, we can't do that. But we can do this other shit with the money like it's no fucking problem. Why? Then why am I fighting day after day when that's just okay? They'll never understand. So there has to be a fucking way to make them understand. And maybe right now that's fucking taxing the people that can fucking afford it. I can't fucking afford it. But like I said, why is it that even I am like, hey, you know what? A fucking animal shelter. Yeah, we need that. Hey, we need
rehire some employees.
We need to rehire some employees, okay? Because, the guy that's running that department by himself, is running ragged. Why is it that I'm the one who has nothing that is trying to offer more than I have? Why am I the fucking one doing it? Why isn't it people like fucking John West that are fucking doing it? Why isn't it people like fucking Bezos that are doing it? Why the fuck is it fucking us? Why is it us that have nothing that are willing to give everything, and these fucking assholes don't want to do a goddamn thing? They are the problem in this country, in our communities. These assholes are the ones that need to be told, no, you need to pay your fair share. I'm sorry. Taking fucking $100 out of your wallet, John West, is nothing to you. Taking $100 out of my wallet is fucking everything to me. Fuck you. And I'm saying that personally right now. Fuck you. Because right now it's fuck you. But if in 20 years you're in the line to a fucking pyre, guess what? I'll be the one fucking leading you to it. Because I have asked you all my fucking life, please help. Please give. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm the poor here. I can't do it. And yet you fucking ask me every fucking year for more. And yet I don't see any movement out of you, motherfucker. Sleep now in the fire.
Let's continue.
Well, so people don't understand that after 5 years in county government, you get 300 hours of vacation time.
No shit.
300 hours, 7.5 weeks.
Whoop-de-doo.
1 week of sick leave,
Okay.
13 paid holidays, 12 weeks of
The work never
PTO,
stops.
paid leave organizing.
Never stops,
10
though.
weeks of FMO.
Never stops,
something
though.
Nope.
It keeps building.
They got.
The work keeps building.
But
10 more
here's the
weeks
other
of-
thing. Here's the other thing. What he's going over right now are literally like the basics of where we should be at.
That's the
For
basics.
paid vacation, paid sick leave. This is the basics. And he is bitching and moaning that, oh yeah,
Yep.
these people get these, which cost money. No shit. That's a pretty standard fucking basic thing that people
Standard.
should get.
Yep. That's what they
and
should get.
overtime,
You could leave for like several months.
about 4.5 months.
Yep. After
And
5
is
years.
is that an annual thing or does
That's
it
an annual.
Yeah.
annual?
So
And
you
that's not just something that
you
you
get-
accumulate and then you can.
no, your accumulation, I believe, is some of the older people can accumulate 1,000 to 1,200 hours of vacation time, and I think the average.
Per year.
I believe
year.
he'd be talking out of his
So
ass.
if you get 300 this year and you
I
don't
am
use it up, you keep
so
accumulating.
angry
your-
right now.
Some of the older employees that spend there a longer time. Not
No, it unless the county has a very weird thing going on, and also it's like if you've been working there for like 20 years and you can like get more than
Yeah.
300 hours a year, kudos,
Great.
awesome. Most places, and I believe the counties probably like this, are set up where it's like once you're at 300, guess what doesn't roll over?
Yeah.
New hours. So if you're at 300 and you haven't taken a vacation, you're not getting more
You're
than
not getting
300
more.
hours.
Yeah.
So I think West is talking out of his dick hole here.
Yeah. Yeah.
older in age, but have been there in
Right.
and so
Yeah, I think people in the private sector have no idea. They just don't.
I don't
have
think
the
West has an
They can't
idea.
really identify.
I have an
with having
idea.
Those type of benefits.
So let's say you work for the county
Okay.
and you take a month off. So we either have to hire somebody to take your place
Right.
through a temp agency,
Mm-hmm.
which we're still paying you to be off.
Right.
But now
These
we got to
people-
pay them to take your place.
So you know what the whole thing he's going for? You know what an easy solution for this is?
To hire more people.
Yeah, properly staffing your fucking departments.
Amazing.
That way, somebody takes time off, and it's like, oh, yeah, we just have to shift some hours
Yeah.
around, but yeah, we'll
No.
be fully covered. And
These people would rather work people to the bone.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Wes can go out and, fucking fuck off, like whatever, and come back for the weekly business session if he were, a commissioner, like whatnot. Like, fine, great. But he's not in there slaving away, bro. He's not in there. He's not in the fucking trenches. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants people to fucking work. How dare they take time off? Oh, man, people can take so much time off. Good for them. If that is where they're at, if their education level, if they are there because they know what they're doing, great. People shouldn't fucking work 40 hours a week, 7 days a week, what have you. Give people a break.
Yeah. People are not automatons.
No.
Or we hire more employees than we need, so when you're off,
Right.
somebody
That's not hiring
sitting
more
over
than you
there
need.
not
Oh
That's
my
properly
God.
staffing.
all the time is covering for you.
Yeah, this just balloons the budget out bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Fuck off.
It's irresponsible. And
You're
it's not fair
irresponsible.
to the taxpayer who
You're a
works
towel.
every day. Some of them work 2 jobs and say, give us more. Government was not designed to be the leader of
What?
the best pay, the best vacation, the best everything. They have medical benefits that cost somewhere between $1,600 and $2,000 a month for full medical.
Good.
For
If only
each
single
employee.
payer was around, it would be less.
This is weird.
It just goes.
It's crazy.
On and on.
It's crazy that the things that we talk about would actually benefit
somebody
them.
Tells me, oh, the morale is down. I'm like, you have the best job in Josephine County.
Oh, don't even fucking.
Best job in
Don't
Josephine
even fucking
County.
do it.
And it's just you and one other guy in your department who have to manage the whole thing.
Yeah.
So fuck you. I hope you burn out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
But you know what? I think that some of these people actually believe that because they're sold that you're a victim.
It's not a belief thing. You have
Your
people who are burning
personal
out.
thing here is at risk, and so you should feel bad about that. And I think this is kind of what happens.
So, by the way, fun thing. If you take vacation time, you can actually get let go.
Yeah.
If you're taking vacation time, you take an extended amount. So if you have 300 hours of vacation time, you just said, fuck it, I'm going to take all 300 hours. I'm going to take 7 goddamn weeks of vacation time. And you decide just to do it, your boss can actually let you go and hire somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
So vacation time isn't necessarily like this get out of jail, I can fuck off from work whenever the
Right.
hell I want thing. You still have to get permission to use it.
Yeah.
Sick leave, by the way, you can't.
Right.
So for those out there, if you have a sick family member or whatnot, use your sick leave to help cover that. That's what that's for.
Well, unless there's companies in Oregon that get a little squirrely with that because they're like, they can get away with that because they can say, oh, well, we offer PTO. And that actually can be used as sick leave.
Yeah, but they still, like, if you're using sick leave,
Right.
they cannot fire you for that.
Right. But it's factored into your PTO, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is fucking horseshit.
it is.
Yeah.
I think some of these people actually believe it, and maybe that is because it's been a long time since they've worked in the private sector. I don't know. For very short periods of time, did I ever work for anybody else? I've always been kind of a self-employed.
Oh, well, look at you.
I know what benefits cost.
Wow.
Because I have to pay for them myself.
I know what they cost because I have to pay for them myself. Granted, I don't know what, is somebody who works for me or, somebody who's like an employee. I don't know the shit that they have to jump through. I just know my ends. And I'm well enough that I got, this cush gig going on. So obviously didn't hurt me too much.
God.
It's a different sort of thing. So in the upcoming election, in the people that are in the position one, running for position one,
There's 6 of us.
yeah, and the only 2 really names that pop out at me are Colleen Martin and you. So I sort of think it comes down to that ultimately. Do you have anything to say about any of the other people in there? Or
yeah.
Any
Yeah, what are you going to say?
Took 40 minutes to get to this.
I've never heard of any of the other folks. Colleen's a super nice lady. Very nice lady.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think she's in touch with the average citizen.
The average Republican, you
for
mean?
the simple fact that
Average MAGA.
when
Yeah.
she voted to raise the SOS garbage rates for the Kirby landfill, $4 more on the Kirby people, and then $1.80 on everyone else in Josephine County, who is they're paying now more $1.80 more to help pay for Kirby landfill, but
It's almost like, shit costs more, like fuel, because the Kirby landfill is kind of a transfer station, I believe. Am I thinking the right place?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. But I mean, again, shit costs more money.
Shit costs more.
So you have to increase the cost so that people working there go figure.
These people just want to go back to a time when, gas was 30 cents a gallon and, it doesn't work that way
Gas is
anymore.
30 cents a gallon. And, when the sun went down in town, all the people with a certain melanin content had to leave.
Well,
yeah. Those kinds of.
Yeah.
I don't actually think he's going for that. But it seems to always go hand in hand, usually.
Usually.
they don't use it.
Okay.
And her comment was, it's just a little bit. It's not that much. When
your entire tax burden is built up of little bits, building on top of little bits.
And you're getting paid, but your wages and benefits equal 6 figures. That's pretty easy to say.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
$1.80.
Oh yeah, when your wage is 6 figures, that's pretty. Why the fuck don't you want to pay an extra 6 cents, motherfucker?
The people that go to the Kirby landfill, this is coming out of the money that they pay to bring a truckload full of garbage there.
Right.
But how does the $1.80 impact me? I'm not in that area.
It's added to your bill. You're paying for those people to use Kirby landfill.
Oh, so if I'm dealing with SOS,
right?
Then okay. So, but I think I'm with Republic Services
right.
out in the county. Is that this?
It doesn't affect your Republic, but
okay. So just for shills and gits.
Okay, go ahead.
We're talking about a private company.
Yes.
Raising its prices.
Yes.
And having to come to the county to raise its prices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, this guy, we're talking minimal government. If anything, they should just be able to raise their prices. They shouldn't have to come to the
They're
county.
a private company.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
God. Oh, fuck.
Everybody else that's with SOS, it does. And here's the thing.
Wow.
The solid waste fund of the government, the county government, they have around $1 million in one fund, and I think 2.1 million in another fund. And the 2.1 is to take care of any of the old landfills that we've put away, in case there's a spring leak or something.
Gotcha.
And so,
pollution.
The other $1 million, SOS pays like 5% of their profits or something, and so the county gets that. So the county could absorb the cost, but they didn't.
So the county could absorb the cost using funds in case, there's a pollution leak, that they have that funding set aside just to deal with that pollution leak if it happens. But instead of, this here is giving me a great glimpse into how Foreskin here is potentially looking at saving the county money by basically looking at it and going, hey, look, we've got money put away to deal with shit in case something goes sideways. So we can pull from this immediately and help deal with the problem immediately. And we don't have to raise taxes. It's an oh shit fund.
Yeah.
What West is basically saying right here, unless I am horribly mistaken, is we can just raid the oh shit fund to pay for the everyday stuff.
Oh my God.
And then if we actually have an oh shit situation, well, fuck us, I guess. So
wow.
If I am reading this right, I think there's a reason why he doesn't actually answer questions on details of how he plans to do shit. Because if it's anything like this, that's a horrible fucking idea.
That's a horrible plan.
Because they have the right to raise the fee on the citizen. They raised it on everyone who is an SOS subscriber.
Wow.
And that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No, I agree.
Why should people in Sunny Valley and Williams be paying for the Kirby? It's just not right. And then here's another thing: is
it's a private business.
Private business.
Never, said,
Did he have a
she had
stroke there?
conflict of
Maybe.
interest
Okay.
when she voted to give SOS $200,000 raise. That's what it equals, $200,000, when Pat Fahey donates to her campaign. That's a total conflict of interest, and so I had all
so.
these people file all these bogus.
I assume
ethics
Pat
charges.
Fahey owns
None of them
SOS.
stuck.
I guess.
And here she is.
Here, let's quantify that for a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. Why
How
not?
many of these ethics charges were there?
20.
20. And not one of them has been upheld as being substantive by the state ethics board. Is that
All of them were dismissed.
The state ethics board is notorious for
Now
not
the
following
Jay
through with
Meredith
shit.
and the
So
Riccio
whoop-de-doo.
and the
Yeah.
Grants Pastor Bune, all of them says, well, because they were dismissed doesn't mean he wasn't guilty.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
Again, we're talking dismissed. We're not talking about
Yeah.
okay, they looked into it, they investigated it, and we did the whole thing and we had to have a trial and it's proven innocent. That's true.
Yeah.
The fact that they were dismissed means somebody looked at it and said, "No, I'm not going to look into this. Fuck it," and
Yeah.
just shoot it away. So, hooray, John! You seem to understand a basic of this with sarcasm. I guess
He understands what he wants to understand, and he doesn't understand what he doesn't want to understand.
That's fair.
Yeah. If it's something against him, no, I don't want to understand that. If it's something that can help his cause, of course, he's a big know-it-all.
Yeah.
He'll defend it. He'll do whatever it takes.
yeah, true.
you're innocent until proven guilty.
That's in
according
criminal
to
court,
In criminal.
jackass.
the United States.
Yes.
So if they were all dismissed because there was no evidence to prove I was guilty of anything,
that should
am
be,
I not
that-
innocent?
Yeah, that should be a done deal.
Criminal and civil are not
as I've
the
said
same
many
thing.
times on this podcast about these ethics complaints is they're basically used as lawfare, and they
Wes
they
knows a lot
sully
about
somebody's
lawfare.
reputation, and
Lawsuit
they're-
happy little
they're-
cuck.
They're an easy get because all you got to do is file it. And then you could say there's been ethics charges for such and such, whatever it is, filed against this person. So
Which the recall used.
yeah,
That was part of their recall stuff.
yeah, no, I get that, and it's listen.
Yeah, you had all these ethics
wrong.
violations
I don't care
filed
which
against
side
you.
of this.
That was
I don't
factually
care
correct.
who
Factually
you're
correct.
Filing ethics charges again. If you've got some sort of a conclusion to the ethics charge, sure, use that as fodder. But the mere filing of one it only means that you filed one. It doesn't mean anything.
Again, a little bit of a double standard here because West is in the process of trying to appeal
Right.
a decision. Not that a decision has been reached that overturned the decision. He's in the process of an appeal. And yet for him, that's evidence that, hey, look, that decision, it got
Yeah.
overturned.
Right.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
So either it didn't get overturned, and John West proved this, even though he's in appeals. And then I guess in that case, you can make this argument that, wait until it's actually proven,
Yeah.
or you can't.
Right.
It's one or the other, and it applies to both. Make up your fucking mind.
Yep.
So, how many parties were a party to filing these ethics complaints? Do you know?
Let's see.
You know
Numbers.
specifically who the people were?
Yeah, J.J. Schofield, who I have in going to court, I believe maybe next month,
One Mississippi.
over a Facebook post that is
Over a
just totally
Facebook post.
absurd.
Wow.
That was based on lies.
Sure.
He filed, I think,
Okay.
6 or 7.
So he's the majority.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
one.
then 2 ladies from
Two ladies.
Merlin filed.
Don't have
3
their
apiece,
names.
The same 3 they each filed.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
So 3.
And then
What?
I think there was only
There's
4
4?
or 5 people that filed ethics charges.
4 or 5.
And so
Okay.
That's a few too many.
after a while, every other Friday, I spent 2 to 4 hours waiting to come up with the Ethics Commission, and they actually knew me by name and said, Mr. West, you know how this works. But what the taxpayers don't know is when you're in county government, you're indemnified. So county government the taxpayers have to pick up the tab for all of this. It was around $32,000 of wasted taxpayer money
to process these.
For an attorney to represent me to the ethics board, plead my case, and the ethics board was made up of 5 Democrats.
So unless
Republicans.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Unless that attorney he's going through is Wally Hicks, and it shouldn't be because Wally Hicks is not his attorney; it's the county's attorney. Then he should be paying for that attorney out of pocket.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
And numerous times voted unanimously dismissed.
Yeah.
And other times it was like...
Yeah, always the Dems' fault.
Not all 9
Could
of them
never
would
be
show
yours.
Up. Maybe 7 of them would show up, and it would be a 5-2 vote because 2 of them might say, well, you know, I'm not saying he's guilty or done anything wrong, but I wouldn't mind hearing a little more. But that doesn't mean, you know, that he's done anything wrong. And the other 5 would say, why are we wasting money and time? We got real people that does real things wrong. At the end of the day, they all got dismissed, and here it is. The taxpayers paid for it.
So basically, what he's just saying here is that you have people who are going, okay, look, maybe this is an ethics violation that normally we would investigate.
Yeah. But
we have bigger fish to fry. So we're just going to dismiss this so we can focus on the bigger fish. Not that, this isn't anything that we need to file for. It's more a matter of prioritizing, which also tells me that they're understaffed.
Yeah. God.
Right.
Yeah.
But the recall people used it in the recall and kept pounding it home. John did this. John's got unethical charges. Yeah, I got 20 bogus ethics charges filed against me. I get recalled. They all go away.
Some of those were ethics, and some of them were
Good God.
Bureau of Labor and Industry.
No,
those were all ethics.
Ethics.
No.
So they use the word labor charges and all that. I have never been handed one bully charge while I was commissioner. Not one.
That was relatively successful, you have to say, on their part to use those. And that some of that strategy was repeated in the recalls that we saw just recently.
Right.
Yeah. And so there are people that are continuing to buy into that every single time that they use this strategy. And you ought not to do that. For crying out loud. And I'm not saying that there isn't substance in some other part of what they're claiming, but at least we can investigate that.
What the fuck?
But do not treat ethics charges as a guilty verdict.
But why are ethics charges being brought up at all then?
Yeah. I say this, I don't say it lightly.
Oh, okay.
The left has figured out how to use the recall ethics charges.
Oh my God.
All these things as weapon. They've weaponized it.
You couldn't get your own people to show up.
You, the voters, voted me in, almost 22,000 of you.
And they didn't show up to recall you.
You said, John, we believe in your message. We want you to go do this job. We want, and
at that time, maybe.
Vote.
I mean, honestly, I think it has less to do with we believe in your message and more. I saw a lot of signs with this guy's name on it.
Yeah.
I'll vote for him.
Yeah.
And then this group from the left, takes your vote away, lies to you, and removes me.
But they didn't take the vote away.
They didn't take the vote away.
They had the opportunity to vote against the recall.
A group of people that they wanted in, and now they want to give you higher property taxes, more fees, bigger government, more expensive government, less efficiency, and the taxpayer's going to wake
I
up
just think
one
we should
day
treat people
and go,
like people.
what is going on
that would be
down
nice.
there?
Yeah.
That's not what we have all wanted or stood for, and this is what happens.
Yeah, and unfortunately, what has happened is that Democrat voters
Yeah. Tell me.
vote as a block. Typically.
Don't you?
And they're
Yeah. I
very
mean,
What the
diligent
fuck?
at
to be fair with this, Republican voters have largely voted as a block,
Yeah.
but because they've gone so far fascist MAGA extreme, that block has been splitting.
Yes.
And so now they're having a problem of, shit, our voting base isn't all for the same shit anymore because we pushed it way
too fucking far.
So, yeah, go figure.
Yeah, weird.
turning out and doing this, and we're failing on the conservative side of things to equally motivate voters.
Yeah, if the Republicans, conservatives, you don't even have to be you can be a non-affiliated voter, but you vote more Republican, conservative. If those people don't come out and vote for me, and you may
didn't.
not like what you end up with.
Oh,
getting.
yeah,
And
you may not like it.
the direction
You may not
the
like
government
it.
goes, and you may wonder.
I mean, if we vote
why
him in,
you're
they
serving
probably
government
won't like
instead
They
it.
probably
of
won't like it either
government
way.
Yes, this is my problem.
Oh.
You know, and I've said it a million times. I'll say it again.
Do it.
The purpose of government, as far as I'm concerned, is to facilitate my prosperity. If they're
What
not
the
doing that,
fuck?
They're
Hold on.
negligent in their job, and you know they ought to pare down government to its bone. And,
Okay,
and
hold on.
Listen, I know there's a lot of people that get pissed about that. They think there's all these essential things. I guarantee that
Got a little vein there.
there is a minority of people in any government that are doing most of the work, and you've got a lot of people in there that
Okay, so before we get into this, because I don't recall if he goes back to the issue here that seems to be pissing you off.
Yeah.
I think when he said it's to facilitate my well-being, I think what he means...
His prosperity.
Well, his prosperity. I think what he means is the royal me, or the royal we. What he should be saying is it's there to facilitate our prosperity.
Yes.
But he's also saying that in the context of the individual, which prioritizes him, excluding other people.
Right.
The purpose of government is not to benefit one singular person. It is not to benefit the individual. It is to benefit society as a whole.
Right.
Now, you might have people who do not benefit from that. It might end up costing them money. I kind of get the impression that Mike might be one of those people where it costs him more money because he doesn't necessarily use a lot of the benefits that other people who don't have the money he has.
Yeah.
You know, they have to use the government. They are the people that the government is designed to help, because by helping them, you end up having a better well-off population that is better educated, better taken care of, that guess what? It makes for a better society for
Right.
Mike himself to live in. So he
Right.
does, in fact, benefit from that, if not
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah. No, the stuff that we talk about would absolutely benefit them too.
It absolutely would.
And it aggravates me that they've blocked it every step of the way, only to enrich themselves.
Yep.
are celebrating their good pay and benefits, and they're not delivering much for you. And that's, you know, that it bothers me because I know that, you know, that's a controversial position. But you sort of have to say these things and let the chips fall where they may. And that's me. That's not him saying that. You know, I just think that I want to be able to be prosperous. I want everybody to be prosperous. No matter who you are, what side of the aisle you're on, we all ought to be.
You just don't have to
I
pay to get
remember,
them help to be
you know,
prosperous.
Back in the
You don't
late
want to help out.
60s, early 70s, when everything was cheap.
What the? Oh my God! We fucking called it.
Back when everything was cheap and tax rates
We're higher.
were fucking higher, astronomically higher, prior to Reagan cutting taxes.
Yeah.
So he's pining for a day when he was a young boy and he didn't pay much in taxes because he didn't do much for work, but also people who were in his current financial position back then paid a fuck ton of taxes.
Yep.
He's
And-
pining for ignorance.
Yeah, and they still lived a decent life.
Yep.
Everybody had jobs that, only required one income to support a household.
Holy
Minimum wage was a
fucking
living wage.
That's what
shit.
I want to
How
happen
fucking
again. And
dense.
It could happen.
It could.
But government takes too much of your money.
Oh,
and,
my God in heaven.
the
Wow, I'm the atheist saying that.
industries that have
It's, yeah.
big lobbies in government make too much, take too much of your money.
He is borderline
And,
self-aware
you know,
with this.
Yes.
And it's
He's
free.
so
Had
close.
proper government,
You're
we
so
could put
close.
all that in line, and people could be more prosperous. And
You're
more
so
happy
fucking close
and,
to the answer.
Just take that
that's
extra
my
step.
hope.
That extra
Well, you
step
know,
of
County government has some
Nope.
great employees. I don't want no one to think on this podcast that I'm saying we don't have good employees.
I'm absolutely.
yeah. You just
sure
want
of
to
it.
slash
have-
the
You
You
employees.
just want it's like, God.
But what would be wrong with my plan was if I would have been in there last year and this year, I wanted to take the 300 hours of vacation time and cut it to 160.
Yeah, so right there, you're going to if you don't slash employees, you're going to have a mass exodus of
Yeah.
employees because that is a horrible
Yeah.
fucking deal
Right.
for somebody
Yeah.
working like a 40-hour minimum a week job.
4 weeks. You get paid 4 weeks after 5 years. That's more than most any employee gets. Now, that's being very generous.
No, it's not.
No.
But do you know the millions of dollars that saves the county taxpayer?
absolutely.
Right there by just cutting that back. And they still get a week of sick leave. And
There's
Wow.
Still get a week of sick leave, Mr.
Wow.
Morgan.
Wow.
Golly gee, I hope you don't have cancer because
know.
then you get your week of sick leave and then you get 4 weeks and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Hooray.
morale problem right there. Is they probably saw that coming down the pike there.
they did.
and they're unhappy because of that, and so
Did he just
Wow.
And
I get it.
But morale is such a goddamn mystery.
Uh-huh.
Did we
Such a mystery.
So we're talking about literally Foreskin here, talking about being very, I wouldn't say jubilant, but as jubilant as he can be.
Yeah.
Talking about, we're gonna slash sick leave and all that
Yeah.
stuff. By the way, shit that as a county commissioner he will not be able to do
Yeah.
on his own. Like there will be severe legal consequences to
Yep.
this. Because again, as we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
Blatt fired 2 people prior to their retirement. And it is having one of the swiftest, nastiest lawsuits against the county.
yeah.
It is costing the county millions.
Yeah.
If he does this, there's probably going to be a very similar
There's going
thing.
to be another one. That's
It's gonna-
going to. Yep.
It'll cost the county much more than it saves.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to remember, I was very honest. Very honest. I made it
Wow.
up front that
Very.
if you don't work and serve the people of Josephine County, you will have a job somewhere else. Because we have one thing, and it's service.
Where they get
if you don't work and
PTO
serve
and,
those people,
Yeah.
you're
benefits.
Yeah.
And I was just point blank.
Because it's
I
not
watched
like,
every-
you're actually
you
running a
asked Herman
company. They can
Bearshire.
go somewhere
He
to another
said,
city.
Man, you watch everything right to the penny. I was looking for a nickel underneath a cushion of a
Sure you
couch.
were.
I mean,
Sure.
I was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's not my money; it's the taxpayers' money, and they put
kinda
me in
feel like you
office to
feel
do a
like it's your
job
money,
and
though.
to look out
Yeah.
for their best interest. And that's what I was.
Again,
going
he's trying to
do.
run the
That's
county
what
like
I
a
will
business.
still do.
Right.
And it's not a
But
business.
It's
the
not.
left scene, I was going to make government, if I had another vote, I always have to have another vote. I can't do anything on my own. I was going to make government smaller, more efficient, cost less. I was going to reduce your taxes. Right now, I know how to reduce
if
your
he-
property taxes.
I
know
really
how
hope
to
he doesn't get
reduce the
elected,
jail
but if he
levy
gets elected and
of the
Matt
property
Spurlock's the other
taxes.
person, he is going to be fucking
Animal shelter
miserable.
Oh, yeah.
levy. I know how to do that. I've been in there long
Both
enough.
Matt
I've
and him.
seen
So I
where
hope
yeah.
this guy doesn't
so
get in.
much
I hope he doesn't
wasted
get in.
money.
So you know how to do that.
But I have to be in.
Then
office
again, if
to
he
do
does,
it.
we
No, I understand.
we have the receipts.
You know
Oh,
how
good
to
Lord.
do that. But what does that do to the funding of those?
Nothing.
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 How
Nothing
how
at
do
all.
you reduce it
Nothing.
without reducing the money that they get?
Because I am going to get rid of all the waste and all the stuff we spend money on that we don't need to spend.
Paid
money,
time off isn't
and I'm gonna
waste.
move
It's
it
not
over
waste.
And let it pay for the jail.
It's
instead
treating
of asking
it's treating
you
people
to
like
pay
people.
more.
Yeah, and the whole thing of like, what was it he was talking about earlier? Having an extra fund for oh shit emergency situations. That's not waste.
It's not waste,
But yeah,
but to them, it's waste.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really believe that the jail levy is 93 cents. When I left office, they were talking about $1.25. They were hoping to keep it no more than 99 cents. I think I can get it down to 50 or 60 cents for your property tax.
Holy shit!
I
Bullshit.
can cut it virtually in half.
Oh, can you?
So as
Where have I heard that before?
as the portion of contribution to that levy, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so instead
I
of
don't
the
need to raise
taxpayer paying,
taxes.
say $1,
I think I can cut them actually.
I
I can
believe I
cut
can
them.
get it to 50 cents and
shit.
save half and put that half back in your own pocket.
And the sheriff's department still gets the
100%. They don't even know. They don't miss a beat.
Okay. Yeah,
So most people
you know
don't
what?
realize that the millions of dollar losses.
I think I smell bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
They never hear about it because that was something that if I get back in office, I want to make all the lawsuits known to you. I want you to be able to see at a click of a button, you can see all the lawsuits. You don't have to do a public records request. You know, I've had one in for 9 months, over 9 months now, and still haven't got an answer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Might be because they're understaffed.
And
Might
the
be.
people who
Yeah.
recalled me,
Weird.
That was one of their big complaints was, transparency and government records, we don't get them. Right now, it's as bad as maybe it's ever been.
So you
They're
need
not saying
more
a word.
people?
Yeah.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
Go figure.
But I know how to fix all that. When you first
I love
get
how
into
he knows how to
office,
fix all this,
you
but he
start
hasn't given
learning
us
things,
any
you hit the ground
definitive
running, and you're dealing
details.
with 22,
Right.
23 departments and
the need to convince two other people that you're right about
one other person.
one other person. That's right.
Yeah. And so, it was like, now, hold on now. You're the young guy coming into the office,
Him, the young guy?
So, you chip away at things as you can. And, but I never wanted to I didn't want to put the county or the taxpayer at any bad position or harm.
Oh, God.
I just wanted to put everything on a even playing field. And so the taxpayer didn't feel like they were working for government. Instead, government was working for them.
Okay,
But there's no one in government to
another of
work,
the
so-
things that they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
accused
He wants to cut so many
or
people that it's just
suggested.
Yeah.
Even recently, I've seen on Facebook that
Stop looking at
saying that
Facebook.
you want to get back in so that you can personally profit from, government situations, and
I
your
wouldn't doubt that,
friends,
actually.
Yeah.
make sure they get all the grants and all this kind of stuff.
So I lose a minimum of 150 grand a year being commissioner because
What?
I have to hire
How?
people to do all the stuff I do on my own.
What?
That costs me.
Basically,
all the fires,
for
all the
for his jobs, like for his businesses, he has to hire other
God.
people to do them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. Yeah.
wildfires. I have people running dozers. I have to pay for them to run them. That costs me $600 to $800 a
Wait, is he running the dozers?
Yeah.
Is he doing all this shit on his own?
No.
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 day for them to run a dozer that I would be running.
What?
And figure it out over. And then the snowcat business, I have to hire a guy to do the snowcat.
So you have
business
two
that I can be
businesses?
doing, that costs
at
me
least
$1,000 a day. Him to take his pickup, him to go do this, all that.
God, it
So
really
when
sucks
it
that I have
comes
to
back
pay
to
people.
They talk about hiring friends. the only person I facilitated, but it was a board decision, not my own. I cannot hire anyone on my own.
Keep it up. Keep going, sugar tits.
Go ahead.
We had a grant program.
Yeah.
That we needed a grant wrote, and we went out. The board, I talked to the board, and they said, okay, we were looking at different grant writers, grant people.
Wrap it up, sweetie.
Good God.
In the finance department, took another job as a grant writer that actually, I couldn't believe it, paid her more money than what she was getting.
Couldn't believe
And
it. Paid her more?
It come along that Simon Hare said, hey, I've got grant writing experience. And
oh,
he
my
says,
God.
I'll do it for the county for free. And I said, Simon, we can't just have people working for the county for free. That sounds crazy, but that's not good business, because you can't hold them responsible. You can't, it's just, you don't do that. So I said,
first off, you can
Simon,
legally, but okay.
I'll talk to the board. But I said, I'm thinking like $1,600 a month. And that's a steal. The grant writer wanted $10,000 for writing the grant.
Probably because that's the going market rate.
Simon wrote the grant. It for 2 months, cost us $3,200. We finished number one. Okay. Got the $150,000. Finished number one on the grant. I would trade $3,200 for $150,000 any day of the week.
But Simon Hare has money too, so he could afford to do that.
I said, Simon,
we
don't need you anymore.
Oh my God!
He says, that's fine.
Oh my God!
It wasn't like he was getting paid this big sum of money, And when I talked to everybody in county government, from HR to finance to legal,
he's our special little boy,
and the board. I said $1,600 a month. Everybody looks at me like, $1,600 a month. Is that even minimum wage?
My blood boils right now.
And
I am boiling.
I said, well,
I like that. Is that even minimum wage? No, it's not.
What they did was despicable.
Yeah. No, they literally took somebody where this is their job. They were paid what was a fair negotiated wage for it. And because this county pays people such a shitty wage. So when I say fair negotiated wage, I mean, it's what they could get for the county.
Yeah.
And because this county pays such a shitty wage, this person this is their livelihood, went somewhere else that pays better.
Yeah.
And instead of sitting here going, okay, well, this is a job that we can provide, that somebody else can, do this, and they can make they can make, but I would say living. Yeah. Hypothetically, they can make a hypothetical living wage. No, instead, hey, we've got this one guy who already has a shit ton of money and he's willing to do this. So fuck it. Let's pay him like sub minimum wage, because we have to pay him something. Yeah. Which, is that even legal? To pay sub minimum wage for a job?
I don't know. So, maybe it was like a contract or something, but even then that's fucking terrible.
It's horrendous. And it's like you're literally getting rid of a job that the county should have. And I do not trust Simon Hare's ability to do this shit. Yeah. So, but West was for him, and got the board on it apparently.
That's despicable.
Hooray!
I feel like we need to pay him something, but we're not going to pay him a lot. And so that's what we did. And boy, do I get beat up by Jay Meredith and
you should. You should
get beat up for that shit.
I've known him. Tell me, let's put you as commissioner. How many people do you know in Josephine County?
Quite a few.
So I'm commissioner, and somebody comes forward and wants economic development money to start a business. And I go, we can't give you economic development money, because it would be the right thing to do to give you money and create a business, because that's what it's designed for. But I know you. Who are you going to put in that office that doesn't
These are two very different things.
I don't know. And I guess that's what the conflict of interest.
I mean, in that regard, what you would do? You would go, well, I'm on the board for this, and you should go for it, but I'm going to recuse myself.
Yes.
So
that's what you would do.
Yeah. You literally remove yourself from the equation.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I've known Simon since he was back a commissioner. I went before
right there.
him.
He was a commissioner.
Oh yeah, he was the guy who got.
He was a commissioner.
He was the
Holy
drunken
fucking
asshole.
shit.
For a subdivision I was building.
Fuck
and he voted
you.
no back in that day against me.
Whoop-de-doo.
So that's helping my friend who voted no against my subdivision.
You remember that next time you're,
But
in
sir,
office,
there's
Yeah,
3
but,
members on that board.
The second time around, when he said no, he said it was over something that he said, there's no way you can be right on this. I'm voting no. And then he come back and legal said, no, John is right. He read it correctly. And
Yeah,
Simon
because
says,
John is a
I
big
just
know-it-all,
can't
and he's always right.
that the statute allows him to come back 15 years later on a remand and do that. And I was right.
Oh, yeah, you were right. Yeah, always right. Always right. Never
He
wrong.
remanded it back. It didn't make sense that it was that long, but that's what the statute said.
So now, recently, there has been the situation where Simon was a budget officer for a short period of time.
And he was the fucking
that-
budget officer.
Did
God!
you have anything to do with putting him in there, or was that after?
Probably not directly.
You were,
Probably not directly.
That was with the other board after I was gone. And
Wait. Are we talking the other board where after Foreskin was gone, there were records of emails of him reaching out to the then current county commissioners telling them what the fuck to do? And if they didn't, that he would have basically recall them?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to check.
Yeah.
Simon probably knows more about the budget than most people in county
Especially if the budget has to do with
Simon
alcohol.
Is a genius when it comes to that. He
Absolute
reads it,
genius.
He understands it. He knows where the money's going.
Sure.
And I'm glad to see him running for treasurer.
I saw an article posted here today, and it may well have been from yesterday or something, where the county commissioners are now asking for the money back that they paid him to be a budget officer.
$25,000.
Jesus God.
You know, it kind of makes me. It's sad. This whole situation is sad.
It's sad, but it makes me
They
giddy.
hired him as a budget officer, gave him a contract. He resigned as budget officer, but the contract they gave him didn't have any provisions in it. Nothing. It was about the goofiest contract I've ever seen in my life. But I'm not commissioner, so I don't have any say.
This is the contract that the prior administration to the one we have right now with Blatt and Barnett.
Yeah.
That was their contract.
Right.
So he's tearing into 2 goons that he's been supportive of.
Yeah.
But he's also trying to shift that to the current 3 we have because, reasons.
It would make sense to shift it onto them, but that those were his bros, and he's saying it was a Mickey Mouse contract.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
Good job. Good job,
even
guys.
Simon thought, he even asked the question, really? This is your contract? You don't want to do more and have it better? And no.
No.
So, but the whole thing of it is, and you have to hear it from Simon. I only just know
I
bits
probably will.
bits and pieces.
I think that I'll probably be doing something with him on this treasure.
He did. He did an interview with him.
Maybe we should look at that interview. I would like to know more about Simon Hare.
Politics. It's all.
Would you?
Because
Not really.
those 3 that are
But-
in there are trying to do the same thing with Chad Hansen, me, Simon. They're buying into the thing is, these are all 3 bad people. They're all tied to this group or that group, and they're trying.
They are,
to
though.
persuade the
They are.
voter not to do the right thing because they have an end.
I mean, you're
motive.
kind of trying to persuade
And
the voter not to do the
Simon,
right thing either. So, you know.
that treasurer that's in there is not, in my opinion, not the qualified treasurer.
I don't put a lot of stock in his opinion. I don't know why.
I don't either. And
I was in there.
They haven't had an opinion about the treasurer before this.
But I don't think that long.
But suddenly now Simon's running for it.
Suddenly now they have a problem.
Yeah. A manager of a car wash. And now he's the treasurer of the county, appointed treasurer, not elected by the people. But I see his post, re-elect me. Re-elect me. You were never elected, sir.
Oh, God.
You were appointed.
Semantics.
Don't use
I'm kind of enjoying the fact that this guy whose grammar is horrible is arguing semantics.
Yeah, it creates a false impression.
No, yeah,
sure.
it does. Yeah,
And
sure.
Simon, you got to remember, Simon was 8 years as county commissioner. Yes. Did he make some personal mistakes?
Did he make some mistakes? Who doesn't?
But Simon is matured.
Look.
He's
I don't think Simon's matured.
Simon is very.
Maybe,
I don't know him.
Simon
Maybe he has, but here's the thing. I don't care.
I don't care.
Who,
Simon went
Mr. Morgan, who hasn't been pulled over in another county for driving drunk, leaving a strip club?
Well,
Simon
I mean, I
has
haven't.
knowledge about all the departments that nobody else has.
Nobody else has. Not even me.
Entangled
But he knows
in them
everything.
to the point when we went through them downtimes. This guy, he really knows what he's doing. He's going to make a wonderful treasurer because he could be the treasurer, the budget officer at the same time.
God.
And
I think those two should be separate for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I think so.
The citizens could not make a better pick.
No. No, they could. They could, though.
Let's tie a bow on this thing.
Yes,
here.
please, for the love of God.
So you're running. May 19th is the primary election.
Ballots come out April 29th, I think.
I see. So
I see.
Now,
okay.
if one of these candidates gets over 50%, then they don't have to do the.
No, they're done. It's done.
They're done. Okay. But and we rarely have that in Josephine County. It does happen sometimes, but it sort of looks like that it's going to be basically John or Colleen Martin. Those are the big names in the field. I don't really know any of the other people. I've seen some of their posts on Facebook, and
Great.
Interesting, but I don't know any of these people.
Well,
and
Tracy Thompson's a Democrat.
Oh,
he's not.
He's not.
He's an unaffiliated voter.
He almost doubled him. He's
right.
a Democrat that ran against Noah Robinson as a Republican for Senate, and Noah trounced him bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in any event, I appreciate you giving me the time. And if there's anything else you want to say in parting here.
No.
The only thing I say to the
please, God.
taxpayers is you can't believe everything you've heard.
I love irony.
Especially from me.
I love irony so much.
I'll give you the facts. The finance director said this person.
Oh, God, just
proof
shut
of
up.
Why these allegations? And
Just shut
you're
up.
going to see in short order from the courts that the recall was based on lies.
Oh,
100%.
God. All right. Okay. Thanks. Great.
Well,
Cool.
there you have it.
There you have it.
Thanks, John.
Yes, sir.
Yay.
My God.
All right. That's the end of that.
Okay. We're done, right?
Oh, I've got a surprise.
No.
We are done. That's a surprise. Mr. Morgan, is there anything you want to touch on as we close out this
God,
episode? This
just-
almost 2.5 hour episode.
I just hate when people who have the money don't want to pay the money. And also, the things that we fight for are the things that it would fucking help them too. And you could, and Mike there was real fucking close to getting it.
Yeah.
He was right there. And it just doesn't fucking dawn on these people. Even when they're right there, even when they're looking it in the face, just be like, that's weird. There's just nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I miss. Why can't it be back in the 60s? When taxes were high, minimum wage was a living wage.
Wow.
And all this shit.
You're so fucking close.
Yeah.
And you just can't get there.
It's crazy.
It's great. It's great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. If you have any suggestions or ideas, please be sure to email them to maltliquorsocialists at gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and our YouTube channel.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream.